आ इम्मी तेरा खाना कमाल है काओजिया फुस्तुनराओ इम्मी तेरा खाना
Assalamu
कमाल
alaikum. This
है
is Immy Anchor, and
काओजिया
welcome to Ware Bah
फुस्तुनराओ.
Immy's cooking show. Today we are going to show you how to make a very delicious dish. It is an Indian dish. It is called Chicken Tikka Masala. I'm sure you've heard of it if you have eaten at an Indian restaurant, or if you know some friends who are Indian or Pakistani, then you will love this dish, hopefully. So let's get started without wasting any more time to see what kind of ingredients we are looking for. So first of all, we're going to need approximately 2 pounds of chicken breast or white meat, and that has to be cut up into about 1-inch pieces or so. And then we're going to go look at all the spices that we're looking for. So we're going to need 1 teaspoon of garam masala. You can get that at the Indian store. This is 1 teaspoon of red pepper. I'm just using 1 teaspoon, but you can use it less or more depending on how spicy you like your food. Then I'm using half a teaspoon of turmeric. Again, you can get it at the Indian store. And I'm using 1 teaspoon of coriander or cilantro powder. And then I'm using 1 teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half cumin, ground cumin. And then I'm using a half a cup of yogurt. And you can use less or more if you want. And then I'm using about half a cup of tomato paste. You can also ground fresh tomatoes if you want, but I'm just using tomato paste just to make it easier. And 1 teaspoon or whatever amount you want for salt. Then we're going to need 1 onion if you have a large onion, or if you have a small onion, onion and a half, and some lemon, fresh lemon for marination. And so let's get started with the marination of the chicken. And here's my marinated chicken. I have used half of the yogurt that we looked at, and I have used some of the cumin powder, probably like a quarter of a teaspoon of cumin powder, a quarter of a teaspoon of coriander powder, and a little bit of garam masala, probably like a quarter teaspoon of garam masala, and some salt and some lemon juice. And I've also added minced ginger and garlic, which you can see over here. You can also ground it fresh if you want, but I just got this from an Indian store, and I used probably half a teaspoon of that. So let's get started. What we're going to do first is we're going to turn our oven to about 400 degrees, and we're going to preheat the oven, and we're going to cook our chicken. I'm just going to put it in right away, and we're going to put our chicken here. We're going to let it bake, and meanwhile, as the chicken is baking, we can get started with our masala. So what I've done here is that I've taken the onion, cut it into pieces here. We're actually going to grind or chop the onions in a blender. If you don't have a blender, you can try to cut them as small as possible. But I'm going to take these onions here, and okay, we are going to use a chop one. And meanwhile, we're going to take a skillet, probably like a 12-inch skillet or so, with a lid, or you can use a regular cooker or pot or something. And we're going to go and heat it up, medium heat. And we're going to put about a teaspoon or 2 of cooking oil. We're going to shake it around. And meanwhile, we're going to check on the chicken. So it's still cooking here, and make sure you cook it a good 20 minutes, or until it's like crisp and tender. So we have this heating over here, and once the oil is heated up, we're going to go ahead and add about a half teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. a little bit. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and add in our onions, the ground chopped onions. Okay, so we're going to, stir the onions and cook them until they're golden brown. Well cooked here. And now we're going to add the rest of the spices. We're going to add the garam masala. I want to leave some for the end. So you put half of the garam masala. Put the salt. Put the red pepper, turmeric, coriander powder, cumin. Mix them around. You don't want to cook the masalas too much because they dry out and they burn. So as soon as you add them, stir it once. You add the tomato paste. And then you might want to add, just to kind of make it wet a little bit, about a half a cup of water. And you stir them around, mix them, and this is going to be the start of making our masala. After simmering this for between 5 and 10 minutes, now this is completely optional. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of cream, fresh cream. This is completely optional. Actually, this dish was modified by the British to add the cream. The original Indian dish did not have cream, but I'm just adding it because that will make it more tastier and more creamy. And stir this around. Let the cream dissolve. Meanwhile, we're just going to look at our chicken here. It's getting there. It's getting brown a little bit, but we want to make it well done. And after the cream is dissolved, you're just going to want to cover it. Lower the heat a little bit to low heat and let it simmer for an additional 10 minutes. We'll be back. And some optional garnishing that you can add, what I'm adding right now, some cilantro, to give that Indian taste a little bit. As much as you want. And as an optional thing, you can also add some mint, fresh mint. That will make it taste a little better. As much as you want. And we're gonna check our chicken. It's pretty much done here, so we're gonna take it out. And we're not gonna cook anything additional. I mean, that's pretty much it. We just put the chicken in the pot. Here's our chicken. We're just gonna stir it around. And pretty much done here. And our nice chicken tikka masala is ready. Hope you enjoyed the show. And nice chicken tikka masala is ready. Just gonna try it out. It's very delicious. You have to try it. Until then.
इम्मी तेरा खाना कमाल है, खाओ जिया खुश तुम रहो।